Hello, Kiri Honey here. Today, for this recording, we are talking about your top 5 values. So, why do we want to talk about values? Well, because these are the things that are most important to you. And chances are you probably haven't really thought about it, let alone living your daily life encompassing them. So for this activity, I'm going to show you the worksheet. I'm going to share my screen. Let's just do that. Alrighty. Okay, so you need to look at this worksheet, identify which of these are most important to you. How do you figure out your top 5? Because there's quite a few on here. What you do is you trust yourself intuitively. You go through them. You don't think too much about it. Also, the key is to not think about what you should be valuing, but instead what you actually deeply desire or passionate about. And you might have more than 5 to start with, and that is okay. But to narrow it down to 5, you need to first identify your top ones. If it's 10, then it's 10. And you could use a journal or a separate notepad to then write down what it is about those values that you think, like, why have you chosen that as your value? And ask yourself those questions. Why? And why is this important for what you want your life to look like, what you want your future self to prioritize? Because these are the things that we are going to incorporate into your why statement. And these are the things that are going to help you keep you focused when you fall off track, when you fall into old habits, when you are struggling through your day. You are going to remember these values and how the actions that you take are helping you live a life that is aligned to the values that you choose, that you find important to you. So as you try and narrow it down to your 5, I want you to think about why you've chosen it. Why is that important to you? Why is it important to the person that you want to be? And why should it be in your top 5? Okay, once you have got your top 5 values narrowed down and you've chosen them, then we've got our next worksheet, which I am going to share with you now. Okay, so once you identified your top 5 values, spend some time breaking down what these values look like in the boxes below. So each value, small daily actions. Ask yourself how you can clearly bring more of what you want into your daily life. So if we choose a value of creativity, which is one of my values, how can you bring more of that into your daily life? So things like scheduling time to actually be creative in terms of getting out my sketchbook, getting out some pens, having a bit of fun, even if I was sitting down with my kids and doing some drawing. These are ways that I can bring creativity into my daily life. Things like, I'm trying to think of another example. Authenticity is another one of my values. So that involves speaking your truth, which can sometimes be hard, but it's also really important. And that's where the power of owning your life, really, Because if you are saying what you believe to be true, then you can't, argue with yourself about that. So, but you can definitely be angry with yourself if you haven't said the things that you wish you had said. So this is what we're talking about in terms of our values, breaking them down into small daily actions and how you can bring more of it into your life. So there's 5 boxes there for you to do that. The next is your ice cream activities. So I want you to start thinking about the things that really light you up versus drain you. So our ice cream versus our Brussels sprouts. Ice cream activities are the activities that you love, the ones that light you up. Brussels sprout activities are the activities you don't love, the ones that drain your energy. Because what we're going to try and do is prioritize your ice cream over your Brussels sprouts. Sometimes we need to have both, but it's about having a balance of ice cream versus Brussels sprouts.